Welcome to Childhood Chatcast with the Dude. I'm the Dude, and as usual, I'm joined by Jake. Hey, Jake.
Hey, dude.
And we're going to take a deep dive into the kid experts here at Children's Minnesota's Childhoods to find out what makes us all the same. Because, hey, we were all kids once. And as a twist, I am going to try to guess their birthday.
Their birthdays?
Their exact birthday, the date and year. So join us in the time machine I built out of cardboard boxes and duct tape, and let's meet our guest.
Hey, dude.
Hey, Jake.
Did you have any toys growing up that were kind of a security blanket to you?
I remember carrying around this doll, the kind, that would close its eyes when you laid it down like it was sleeping. And I carried this thing everywhere for at least a couple years. I was really young. My mom goes one day, "Dude, why are you carrying that doll around?" And I remember specifically saying, "Because I'm practicing being a daddy."
Wow, that's really sweet, dude.
Yeah. And I played with G.I. Joes a lot. But it's funny that you mentioned this because our guest today, Sarah, had a very interesting little security toy that she carried with her, but only when there was a babysitter. You'll find out that and more with our guest today, Sarah Woolever. Okay, so here we are. Sarah, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So I like to start at the beginning. That's a great place to start.
Sure.
And the first question I think I usually start with, and I don't know but what is your earliest childhood memory? What's the first thing that you can go back to and remember?
I think I definitely remember being very young. I'm the youngest of three, and so my sister is 5 years older. So I didn't have a ton of babysitters because by the time my sister was old enough to babysit, I was still pretty young. But I do remember having babysitters when I was young, and I remember having a special babysitter doll. Which now I think of like maybe that was a transitional object.
What did it look like? Do you remember?
Yes. It was the Peaches doll from Strawberry Shortcake.
Oh, okay. So it smelled?
Yes.
Good.
It smelled like peaches. Yes. And I could comb her hair in a special way. And I definitely remember a special place that I had in my, not junk drawer, but mixed whatever drawer.
It had its own place.
Yeah.
So why was it the babysitter doll? Because it was the doll that you always wanted to show your babysitters, or?
I think it was a comfort object. I really don't know. I mean, now that I am older and work with kids and stuff, I think of it, kind of like a comfort object or a transitional object or something. But there was something that I used that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a comfort in any other time.
Right.
So it's just associated. So when the babysitter came over, out came Peaches.
Yes.
I see how that works. Okay. So then you associate it with that. So ballpark, are you 3 at this point?
Yeah,
maybe?
I would say 3 or 4. Mm-hmm.
Well, do you remember what happened to the doll?
No.
Did you remember keeping it for a long time?
No.
Oh,
I think really,
I think through that.
Maybe it was just once I finished with babysitters.
Did you have any other ones other than just the peach ones?
I had the big Strawberry Shortcake doll that would look like more of like a baby-sized doll. And when you squeezed her tummy, it would blow out strawberry smell.
I remember that. I remember those. I've seen them. Yes. She had strawberry breath, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had strawberry breath. And I remember taking it. I grew up in Iowa. And taking it on the long road trips to go visit my grandparents who lived in rural northwest Iowa. And I would smell it during the stinky farm areas.
Oh, that's so funny. So you associate pig farm and strawberry breath kind of together, like a combo?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you said you're the youngest of 3?
Yeah.
And so what is the order? Do you have a brother?
My brother is 2 years older and my sister is 5 years older.
Okay. So kind of close. I mean, you maybe almost could have gone to school together, but almost. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so what was your place? Were you the typical youngest child? Did all the psychological things of everybody had to go through things first and then you kind of could cruise through because they all blazed the trail?
I would say my sister, she is a little more introverted and I think more shy. I would say she was very focused, very first child as far as that goes, got her stuff done and everything. And my brother, I would say, was just sneakier.
Sneakier.
Yeah. So I don't feel like he blazed any trails for me personally. He just got away with stuff.
He got away with stuff.
And he was on the ball too. Both of them were really strong students.
Mm-hmm. Did you have pressure on you since you say both of them had their stuff together?
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
No.
I mean, I think I rebelled a little bit because they were both going this path. It was their big shoes to fill. And so I was like, well, I fill them, I can't do it.
Were you like, but I'm just the youngest? Was there any of that youngest child syndrome going on where you got spoiled maybe a little bit more?
I don't think so in my opinion.
Would your brother and sister agree with you?
I think they would say I could probably get away with more.
Yeah.
But I think it was more of like my parents were like, it's fine. We've been through it already.
Right.
It's fine. And that they were just busy and working full time and had 3 children. So
right.
I don't think I got as much focus, maybe.
Sure.
Which was fine. So instead, I really am a much more extroverted person. I love people. I love being with people. And it's not that I didn't love being at home, because home was great too, but I really loved being with people. And I was looking for connection everywhere else too,
right.
with them, but then also
then
all over my
me
neighborhood.
To my next question. So you said you were kind of an extrovert. How did that play out in school? Do you remember that? The kindergarten?
Yeah.
I was a nervous wreck. I think a lot of kids are, right?
I was.
Yeah. I was a kind of a wild kid.
Really?
I was out there. I was like going, hey, let's be friends.
Yeah?
Come on, let's go.
Oh,
but when I got
awesome.
to school, it was like, oh boy, this is a new world.
I don't remember having any nerves about going to school. I just remember wanting to be friends and couldn't wait to talk to people. I did not want to talk to the teacher though. I was nervous to talk to authority figures.
Yeah, me too.
But
right?
Still today.
So still to this day.
Still today.
Like every time Dr. Mark Gorlick walks by, I just crumble.
Bottle out. Hi.
Hello. No,
zip it
that's
up.
kidding. Okay, so you made friends right away. It was
Yeah.
easy for you to make friends.
Yes, it really was. I mean, I have kind of a memory of going to overnight camp for the first time in 2nd grade. And I remember being there on the first day and being like, I don't know anybody. And then just being like, I'm going to be friends with all these people. And just kind of knowing that it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Just like, wait till they get to know me. I don't think it was necessarily like a ego thing, but I was just like, why wouldn't they like me? I'm
Right.
going to talk
Of
to
course
them.
they're
I'm going to play.
I mean, look at me. I'm charming. I'm funny. I have a lot to offer.
Yeah.
I'm 6.
Right. Exactly. It's just like, why wouldn't I like them? What's going to be the problem here?
Okay, so now we're just early grade school stuff. Your family's in the prime of maybe traveling and doing stuff. Did you guys go on trips?
I think I remember our big one was Worlds of Fun, Oceans of Fun in Missouri.
Down in Missouri. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Well, Worlds and Oceans of Fun is a blast because it's an amusement park.
yes.
And there's a water park.
Yes. Yes.
You could do one day there and one day at the other one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember when we were there, Michael Jackson was playing a show in town.
Oh, he
and-
was in town.
Oh, yeah. There were just people everywhere. Like in our hotel that we were staying in, there was just gobs of people and young teenagers, young adults and stuff. And it just felt so thrilling. And
That was his album, Thriller.
I don't know.
Is that out? Oh.
I don't know. I mean, I was young.
Okay,
So,
so you're still
I was
really
too young to really know. And we might have had that album. I mean, I knew of him. I knew he was cool. I knew he had one glove. But I just remember feeling that excitement of these people coming together for music and this amazing rock star. And
Yeah. Well, speaking of music, let's talk about that. Obviously,
Sure.
music therapy.
Sure.
You have been a music therapist at Children's for
10 years.
10 years. Wow. So what was the first discovery of music for you?
I started church choir when I was in kindergarten or something. But I remember not knowing how to read and definitely not knowing how to read music and just getting the tune by listening.
Could you sing naturally?
Music was around in my family. My sister played music. My brother, my dad, they all played music. None professionally, but my dad still plays in the community orchestra. So that was always around, played in the guitar group at church, it was just always around.
Yes.
And I think it was more of like, it wasn't the music, it was the people, it's being with people again, that drew me to be like, yeah, I want to join this group of kids.
Yeah, because you're connecting with people, making friends, but doing something really, really cool. When you start playing instruments or playing together, if you're in the band, you have a really special relationship with those other people, I think, because it's music.
To not have to rely on the conversation or interpretations of things or judgment and stuff, but then just like really listening, having a shared experience in that way.
Right.
So beautiful. Creating something.
Okay, so then was there an instrument that you picked up? What was the first thing that you started playing?
I started playing piano.
Piano, okay.
When I was in 4th grade. So it was later, honestly.
Oh, yeah, that is a little bit. You're 9, 10.
And it was only because I really wanted to. I mean, I think my parents are both just like, you're doing everything, Sarah. Like, you don't need to do another thing. But I really did want to play piano. So yeah, I started 4th grade piano, 5th grade clarinet. That was my first band instrument. And then I decided to switch to percussion in junior high. And then I played percussion all the way through junior high and high school.
Wow. Okay. Are you watching TV? Who are your actors you looked up to?
I loved Fred Savage.
Okay.
Savage Wonder Years.
Wonder Years.
Oh my
For
gosh.
sure. He was my heartthrob for sure.
Really?
But I was way too shy to, like at home, to put up anything about boys. But in my locker, I did at school.
What about concert? Do you remember? Now, see, we're kind of skipping around a little bit, but go with your mom and dad to a concert? Did you go with friends? How did that work?
My first real concert, I remember going to Amy Grant with the youth group. And seeing Amy Grant. And it was cool.
That's a great one. El Shaddai.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah. Baby, baby.
And Baby Baby.
I think it was that tour that I got to see her.
I sang Amy Grant in church too.
Did you? El Shaddai?
El Shaddai.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
That's really pretty.
But it always comes back to my head. El Shaddai. El Shaddai, die, 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 die. And I'm like, you're mixing up too many. That's not.
That's your next mashup for sure.
That's Simon Garfunkel
Yes.
and Grant.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hang out in junior high. You're leaving junior high. What kind of student are you? Were you a smart kid?
I think so.
Did you get all A's?
No.
Oh, A's and B's.
I think I was that. I mean,
You hung around in that wheelhouse. Sure.
Yeah, I wanted to do well. I was motivated, but also I wanted to do a lot of other things. And I wanted to talk to my friends in class.
The social butterfly.
Yeah.
Social, yeah,
I was
exactly.
social.
I did so many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was friends with everybody, but I had my hardcore, Okay, so you still are intimidated by authority? Did you get into trouble, or were you just not that kind of kid?
No, I didn't get into trouble.
No. So high school's coming up, right? Were you intimidated by that? Or were you still the same kid that you were in kindergarten and it was like, I got this. I'm not worried about it.
I was a little more worried about high school, I think. But luckily, I was in band and we got to do some collaboration with the high school band when we were in 8th grade. And I got to go on a trip to Winnipeg where I got to play cymbals. I basically held cymbals for like the upperclassmen to play. And I walked backwards around a parade the whole time. And then I got to meet a whole bunch of upper class people. So
High schools, are you going to dances at all?
yes.
Yes? Any big themes for the dances at all? Any big songs that were played during the dances?
I remember In Your Eyes was one of the themes.
Peter Gabriel.
But that's an old one, I feel like.
Yes.
It
There
could
was
totally
original,
transcend time is the thing.
Yes.
Is that song totally could.
because it came out with
Say anything.
Say Anything, thank you.
Yeah.
But that movie, I don't think I could have watched that because I think that was rated
was
too
in a
high.
PG-13,
You know,
right.
That song had a comeback when I was in high school.
Yeah, that's right. And it is the epitome song of like
Dance.
the moment.
Yeah.
This is the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Just like in that Say Anything, holding up the jukebox or the
The boombox
over the head moment.
5 o'clock in the morning. Waking the whole family up.
I wanted to create moments like that in my life so I can play that song during them. But I haven't really had much luck in those moments. What about theater? You must have liked to have done theater, right?
I thought I wanted to, but I got very nervous acting in front of people, like pretending in front of people. I was like, I don't know.
But playing an instrument, no problem.
Oh, instrument. I'm
Yeah.
not pretending that. You know,
Right.
I don't know what it is. It's like a block for me.
You can play something and it's rehearsed and be great at it. And you can rehearse a play, but there's something different. It's not the same thing.
It's
not the same thing. You're right. I've done both, and they're two completely different things, because in acting, you're having to make people believe that you're somebody else.
Yes.
Whereas the music is just, you're just a vessel through it, right? Okay.
So I tried, though. My freshman year, I was in Into the Woods, and I
sure.
was one of the
Sondheim.
stepsisters, Cinderella stepsisters
Sure.
in that. And that was fine. And I said, I think I'm going to do
retired.
other things.
It was a good run.
Yeah.
Did you know what you wanted to do in high school? A lot of kids figure it out, like, that's the ballpark I'm headed. That's the highway I'm down. Was it going to be music for you, for sure?
No, I thought mostly I wanted to work with people. I was looking into therapy. I was looking into social work, and those were those kind of lines. And then I got a flyer in the mail about music therapy. So I hopped on my AOL and looked up what that was, searched what little I could on the internet. And I don't even really know what I'm going to do. I'll try this. I just assume, you know, they kind of say when you go to college, you're going to change your major. And that's my expectation. And then I didn't. It really fit well for me. And it kind of put both things of working with people and therapy and music.
We are now at the time, dude, where you will be guessing Sarah's birthday, be it the month, the day, and the year. Things to think about.
Yes.
Peaches, strawberry shortcake peaches doll.
Thriller.
Yes.
Going to World of Fun and Michael Jackson playing there.
I didn't ask her about her first car. What was your first car? And did you drive one in high school?
No. Well, yes.
That's fine. I don't need it.
It was an Oldsmobile Calais.
Oh.
That might crack the
doesn't-
case.
Actually, that totally confuses me. It frightens and confuses me. Okay. So, oh gosh. And so I'm going to say the year. So, and I always ask, don't be insulted if I'm
It's
way
all
off
right.
one direction or the other. Let's see. Okay. Come on. I think it was the fall. Okay. So I feel secure in saying, I'm pretty sure it was the fall. October. I'm going to say it's October 17th, 1978.
That's so close.
What is it?
October 20th, 78.
Oh, is that 2 days?
3. You said 17th, right? And
Yeah.
I'm the 20th.
Wow.
I was off by 3 days.
Yes. Bravo.
Oh my.
That's
I got her
incredible.
year. Yeah. Wow. Well, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you
Me
very
too.
much. Sarah Woolever.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us for today's Childhood Chatcast, brought to you by Buzzsprout. To get new and previous episodes of Childhood Chatcast, head over to starstudio.mn.org.